The search for the meaning of life is a constant journey that, for many, intertwines with the pursuit of wealth and success. Since ancient times, the concept of wealth has been directly associated with the accumulation of material goods, land, property, gold, jewels, and more recently, money. However, over the years, a deeper reflection on what truly constitutes a successful life has emerged, prompting many to question whether true wealth lies in tangible possessions or in the experiences, relationships, and moments we live. The answer to this question, of course, is unique to each person, depending on their values, beliefs, and the way they choose to live their lives. While some see wealth as a final goal, a point of arrival where all needs are met and material comfort is guaranteed, others view true wealth as something more fluid and subjective, more related to well-being, health, happiness, and the legacy they leave for future generations. It is at this point that the distinction between being rich and being truly rich, or truly wealthy in the deepest sense of the word, begins to become clear. However, to understand this difference more fully, it is necessary to explore what each of these words really means, and what they represent in practice for those who seek them and achieve them. Being rich can be described as having enough, or more, than what is necessary to live a comfortable life. For many people, this means having enough money to cover daily needs, live in a good house, have access to quality goods and services, travel, enjoy entertainment, and perhaps indulge in occasional luxuries. Wealth, in this context, is often seen as a reflection of good financial education, hard work, and the ability to manage what has been earned. Being rich may also mean having the freedom to make decisions without worrying about money, being able to focus on other areas of life, such as health, leisure, personal development, and even contributing to society. However, being very rich is something more complex and multifaceted. This condition is not limited to simply having more money. It involves a series of other factors that transcend material wealth. For some, being very rich is about achieving a level of freedom where money is no longer a concern, but rather a tool that enables the realization of dreams, the accomplishment of projects, and the creation of a significant impact in the world. Being very rich can be described as a state where financial abundance is accompanied by a sense of purpose, balance, and contribution to something greater than one's own life. It is a state in which emotional, mental, and physical well-being is balanced with financial stability, allowing for a life of peace, satisfaction, and generosity. Moreover, being very rich may involve the ability to positively influence the lives of others, whether through philanthropy or by leaving a lasting legacy of values, principles, and achievements. Now, on an even deeper level, there are those who argue that true wealth goes beyond the mere quantity of money or possessions. In fact, many spiritual leaders and thinkers throughout history have suggested that true wealth does not lie in accumulation, but in living in a meaningful way, aligned with higher values. For these people, true wealth resides in health, authentic human relationships, the ability to live a life without regrets, inner peace, and being in harmony with others and the world around us. In this sense, being rich does not mean having a well-stocked bank account, but living a life of emotional, mental, and spiritual wealth. This type of wealth is less tangible, but undoubtedly more rewarding, as it is built on experiences and feelings that cannot be bought. However, the line between being rich and being truly rich can be thin, especially when one begins to reflect on what truly matters in life. What does it mean to be truly satisfied? What is needed to achieve balance and lasting happiness? And above all, how can we leave a legacy that goes beyond material things, one that touches the hearts of others and inspires them to live more fully and consciously? These are the questions that many begin to ask themselves when they reach a certain level of material success, but realize that true fulfillment lies in the things that cannot be bought. The answer to these questions varies, of course, from person to person, but one thing is certain. True wealth is not measured solely by tangible possessions, but by the quality of the experiences we live, the connections we make, and the peace we find within ourselves. Throughout life, it is this intangible wealth that, in the end, gives us what we all seek, the feeling that our lives have purpose, that our actions have meaning, and that, in the end, The legacy we leave for future generations is a reflection not only of what we have accumulated materially, but of how we lived, loved, and impacted the world around us. This is the kind of wealth that cannot be bought but must be lived. You mentioned the difference between being rich and being very, very rich, and it seems to me that there's a subtle yet important distinction between the two. When we talk about being rich, it's often understood as having a significant amount of money, enough to live comfortably, perhaps even luxuriously, without many financial concerns. But when we talk about being very, very rich, we're referring to an entirely different level of wealth, one that goes far beyond mere comfort and enters a realm of financial abundance that can shape entire industries, influence entire economies, or fund philanthropic causes on a global scale. Now, I'd like to ask you to clarify this distinction, if you will. It almost feels like I'm channeling a bit of President Clinton here, but I believe it's crucial to define what we mean by rich and wealthy in this context. Once we have a clearer understanding of the terms, I think I can give you a more thoughtful and accurate response. To put it simply, in my view, being rich means possessing a vast amount of money, which provides you with significant financial freedom. However, being very, very rich means having so much wealth that it's not just about comfort or even luxury. It's about creating opportunities and shaping legacies. It's about wielding a kind of financial power that allows you to make profound impacts, both personally and within the wider world. The difference lies not just in the amount of money, but in how that money can be leveraged to affect change, support causes, and live a life that transcends the limits of ordinary financial aspirations. So, to answer the question more directly, the distinction between being rich and very, very rich isn't just about accumulating more wealth. It's about the scope of influence and the kind of legacy that comes with that wealth. The more you have, the more opportunities you have to make a difference, both in your personal life and in the world at large. The idea that being wealthy doesn't necessarily equate to having a large amount of money is a concept that may seem confusing at first glance. If wealth isn't defined by the amount of money you have, then what exactly does it mean? I think I understand what you're getting at. But before I give you a definitive answer, I'd like you to clarify your thoughts a bit more. Well, of course, this is my personal perspective. Wealth can be defined in many ways, and you could be wealthy in areas other than financial resources. For instance, one can be wealthy in health. And I agree with you that there's perhaps nothing more valuable than good health, particularly when it comes to yourself and your family. But go ahead. Please continue. I believe you're starting to grasp the idea. Yes, health is absolutely a form of wealth. But let's also consider other forms of wealth, such as emotional well-being or the quality of your relationships. Wealth isn't always about the tangible assets or the things that can be measured in dollars and cents. It's more about the non-material aspects of life that provide fulfillment and peace of mind. So, to answer your question, being wealthy isn't just about accumulating financial assets. It's about being rich in experiences, health, love, and purpose. Now, let me explain this with a bit more detail. As far as money goes, I often tell college students that beyond a certain point, money makes very little difference in terms of quality of life. I mean, at some level, the material aspects of life, what you eat, how you dress, and the car you drive, don't fundamentally change, no matter how much money you have. I know I live pretty similarly to most college students. We both eat the same kinds of food, wear similar clothes, and live in homes that are just as comfortable. There's no noticeable difference in the day-to-day experiences of our lives. In fact, the differences are minimal. The food I eat is not much different from what someone with a modest income might have, and the quality of the car I drive doesn't differ significantly from the car driven by someone who's not wealthy by conventional standards. In fact, the TV I watch the Super Bowl on is essentially the same as theirs. There's no big difference there either. I have air conditioning in the summer and heating in the winter, and so do they. The core comforts of daily life are quite similar for all of us. The most notable difference, however, lies in the luxury of travel. I do travel better than most. I fly with NetJets, which allows me to travel in a far more comfortable and convenient manner than most people. Travel for me is a much easier and more enjoyable experience, but that's about it. Everything else in life, food, clothing, daily comforts, doesn't differ all that much. I'd be perfectly content switching places with someone who has fewer financial resources, as the differences in day-to-day living wouldn't make a big impact on my happiness. So, you can see that the wealth in terms of material possessions doesn't define our experience of life. When we get down to the core of what truly matters, though, it's not about money. It's about health, relationships, and love. These are the true markers of wealth. As long as you have enough to ensure that you eat regularly, sleep comfortably, and take care of basic needs, you're on a solid foundation. Beyond that, wealth is defined by the quality of your life in terms of your relationships and the love that surrounds you. Interestingly, while many people may define wealth purely in financial terms, it's clear that wealth isn't always measured by net worth. There are people who are, by this definition, wealthier than others. Not because of their financial standing, but because of the richness of their experiences and relationships. In that sense, the term wealth might not be the best fit for what we're discussing. It might be more accurate to call it well-being or fulfillment. Terms that emphasize emotional and spiritual health as key components of what it means to be wealthy. Now, Charlie, I know you're probably already thinking about this, but I've heard some people get confused by the idea of health being a form of wealth. I know a man who says, "What good is health if you can't buy money with it?" He's got a very narrow view of what wealth is, but I think we both know that health is invaluable. You can't buy health with money. It's something far more precious and irreplaceable. Incidentally, let me tell you about Charlie's twin brother, who was an avid golfer. You won't believe how much he golfed. But seriously, as much as I respect people's material accomplishments, I'd take health over wealth any day. Money can't buy you well-being, and it certainly can't replace the value of your health. But moving beyond just health, the important thing in life, perhaps even more so than health, is who you spend your time with. The people you share your life with, the people you work with, and the people you trust and care for, these relationships have a far more profound impact on your sense of wealth than money ever will. If you're going to spend 8 hours a day working, for example, the most important thing is who you work with. The quality of those relationships will define your day-to-day experience far more than the paychecks or bonuses you receive. At the end of the day, wealth isn't just about the money you have in your bank account. It's about the relationships you nurture, the health you prioritize, and the love you cultivate in your life. These are the true markers of wealth. And while money can certainly make life easier and provide more opportunities, it's the intangible aspects of life, health, relationships, love, and purpose that create a life of true wealth. The key is understanding that wealth isn't only about the material, it's about the non-material too. And when we align ourselves with these values, we're richer than any sum of money could ever make us. The essence of wealth isn't merely in the amount of money you earn, it's about how you feel throughout your day, especially during the time you spend working. Many people focus too much on the figures in their bank account, constantly striving for more, often without taking a moment to reflect on what they truly want from their work and how they want to spend their time. After all, how much money you make is only one part of the equation. What truly matters is how you feel during those crucial hours. When you work, you spend a significant portion of your life engaging with others, tackling challenges, and immersing yourself in the tasks at hand. The question is, are these interactions enriching and meaningful? Are you surrounded by people who inspire and motivate you? Are the tasks you're working on intellectually stimulating and personally fulfilling? How does the work itself contribute to your sense of purpose, and how do the people you engage with shape your experience? For me, I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have found a career where both the work I do and the people I work with provide an immense sense of satisfaction. When I think about the time I spend with my colleagues and collaborators, I feel lucky beyond measure. I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing. The nature of the work I engage in aligns with my personal passions, and the people I work with bring an energy and creativity that enhances the experience for everyone involved. I'm sure many people might look at my situation and think it's an ideal one, that I've somehow achieved a perfect balance between personal fulfillment and financial success. And to an extent, they would be right. There are countless people who work jobs they dislike, spend hours in unpleasant environments, or find themselves in careers that don't fulfill them on a deeper level. Yet, in my case, I'm not only content with what I do, but also truly enjoy the people I work with, which makes all the difference in the world. If you were to ask me what I would sacrifice for the opportunity to continue doing what I love, the answer would be unequivocally simple. I would not hesitate for a second to trade away a significant percentage of my net worth for more time spent doing what I am passionate about. But it's not just about the work. It's also about the people. The team I work with, the relationships I've built, and the shared experiences we've had are irreplaceable. There's a deep satisfaction in knowing that you're surrounded by individuals who share a common vision and are equally committed to contributing to a larger goal. This level of collaboration and camaraderie creates a work environment where not only the tasks themselves are enjoyable, but the relationships you build along the way become some of the most valuable aspects of your life. If I could trade a portion of my wealth for more years spent doing the work I truly enjoy and with the people I hold dear, I would do it without hesitation. After all, the years of our lives are finite, and no amount of money can ever buy us more time. Time is the one thing that we can never get back, and yet so often we find ourselves spending it on pursuits that, in the end, don't provide the fulfillment or joy that truly matter. It's easy to get caught up in the chase for more wealth, more possessions, more recognition, believing that these things will bring lasting happiness. But I have come to realize that the most meaningful moments in life aren't found in material wealth, but in the connections we build with others and the sense of purpose we derive from doing what we love. Many people, when asked to consider the idea of trading away some of their wealth in exchange for more time doing what they truly enjoy, might dismiss it as an impossible proposition. We live in a society that often equates more money with more freedom, believing that financial abundance opens up countless opportunities. While money certainly has its role in providing comfort and convenience, I believe that it is not the answer to a truly fulfilling life. Money may afford us the ability to live in luxury or travel to exotic places, but it doesn't guarantee joy, satisfaction, or a deep sense of meaning. Those things come from the relationships we cultivate, the work we're passionate about, and the contributions we make to the world around us. True wealth, I've come to believe, is not measured by the size of your bank account, but by how you spend your time. It's about how you choose to invest your hours, what you choose to prioritize, and who you choose to share your life with. If you're fortunate enough to love the work you do, enjoy the people you work with, and find purpose in your daily tasks, you're already rich in ways that money alone cannot measure. I consider myself incredibly lucky to have found such a balance in my life. I know that many people are still on the search for that sense of fulfillment, and I understand how elusive it can feel. But if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that the true source of fulfillment is not found in accumulation. It's found in the experiences we share and the people we choose to spend those experiences with. If I could somehow ensure that I would never have to stop doing what I love, I would trade whatever it takes to make that happen. Life isn't just about how much wealth we can accumulate or how many things we can check off our list. It's about how we feel while we're living it, the impact we make in the world, and the people we get to share our time with. Time is the most precious commodity we have, and I would trade any amount of wealth to extend my ability to live a life full of passion, purpose, and meaningful connections. In the grand scheme of things, it's not the material wealth that truly matters. We live in a world that often emphasizes the importance of money and possessions, but the richness of life is found in the intangible aspects that make us feel whole and fulfilled. Health, love, connection, and a deep passion for what we do are the real treasures that provide lasting fulfillment. These are the things that truly enrich our lives, bringing meaning and depth to our existence. While money certainly has its place in providing comfort and convenience, it is the experiences we create, the people we love, and the moments of connection we share that define the true richness of life. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in the race for more wealth, only to realize that the things that bring us the greatest joy aren't material possessions at all? The joy of sharing a meaningful conversation with a loved one, the fulfillment of pursuing a passion that lights up our soul, the contentment of nurturing deep connections with others, these are the moments that shape our lives and give them true value. Money may make life easier, but it is the intangible experiences that create a life worth living. As you reflect on your own life and the things that bring you joy, I encourage you to take a moment to consider what truly matters to you. Is it the constant pursuit of material wealth, or is it the relationships you build, the work that gives you a sense of purpose, and the meaningful moments of connection you share with others? So often, we find ourselves caught up in the pursuit of more money, more things, more status, that we forget to appreciate the wealth we already possess in the simple yet profound aspects of life. The people who love us, the work that gives us fulfillment, the health that allows us to live fully. These are the true riches of life. It's easy to overlook these treasures when we're constantly looking for the next thing, the next goal, the next level of success. But real success is not found in how much we accumulate, but in how much we experience and how deeply we connect with those around us. The relationships we nurture, the passions we pursue, and the moments of joy we share are the things that make life truly rich. They are the experiences that stay with us long after the material things fade. If you want to live a life full of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment, and connect with others who share similar values, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Together, we'll explore how to create a life of true wealth, one filled with experiences, love, and passion, where success is defined by meaningful connections and the fulfillment found in our work. This journey goes beyond material wealth, focusing on joy in every moment and a life lived with intention. Subscribe now to join me in discovering how to live a richer, more purposeful life.